Welcome, folks. So, you're asking the big question: should I keep renting or is it finally time to buy a place? If you're a Canadian millennial trying to figure this out in 2025, you're not alone. The pressure is real. Your parents might be telling you that renting is throwing money away. Your friends might be buying tiny condos they can barely afford. Meanwhile, you're just trying to build a life without going broke. Let's slow it down and talk this through because the truth, renting isn't always a waste of money, and buying a home isn't always the smartest move, especially right now. Take Sarah, for example. She's 31, lives in Toronto, makes about $75,000 a year, and rents a one bedroom for $2,100 a month. She's been saving aggressively for a down payment and finally has about 50,000 bucks stashed in a high interest savings account. She called her money coach last month asking if now's the time to buy a condo or if she should keep renting and wait it out. So they ran the numbers together. A starter condo in her neighborhood is around 600,000 right now. With her down payment, she could put down 10% down and still owe 540,000 on a mortgage. At current rates, 5-year fixed rates, let's say about 5.2%, that's about $3,200 a month just in mortgage payments. Then you have to factor in condo fees, property taxes, maintenance, and condo insurance. All in, she's looking at about 4,000 bucks a month to own that condo. Compare that to her $2,100 monthly rent. That's a $1,900 difference, almost a full second rent payment. Now, someone might say, but Rick, she's building equity. True, yes, but she's also taking on massive risk in a housing market that's been volatile, with interest rates that still could shift and a property that may not appreciate much in the short term. So let's dig deeper. What does she actually value? Flexibility. She might move cities for work. She doesn't want to be house poor, and she hates the idea of feeling stuck. So her financial coach told her something most financial professionals are afraid to say. It's okay to rent. Renting isn't a failure. Renting is paying for flexibility, and for many people in 2025, it's the smarter financial play, at least for now. Let's take Sarah from the previous example. If she ends up investing that $1,900 per month that she has left over from renting instead of buying that one bedroom condo, because right now she values the flexibility, investing that at 7.5% annual rate of return, perhaps in a low cost ETF, splitting it between her first home savings account and tax-free savings account based on the max contribution rule, she could end up with a nice tax efficient strategy here to grow her wealth up to about $335,000. Now, maybe at this point, she's more stable. She doesn't really need to travel around for work. Maybe she's met somebody, maybe she hasn't. Regardless, she feels that now is the time that she wants to stay in one place and decides to buy a place. Now she's got quite a considerable down payment to give her flexibility, not only to maybe purchase that one bedroom condo, but maybe she wants to decide to buy a small semi-detached house instead. Now, let's analyze the case for buying. So let's flip it. Meet Josh and Amanda. They're in their late 30s, live in Ottawa, have 2 kids. They've been renting a house for the past 7 years. They recently bought a home for $750,000. They put 20% down, so $150,000 up front, and their mortgage is about $3,400 per month. Their old rent was $2,700, so yes, they're paying more now. But here's the thing, they're stable, they plan to stay in the same city long term, they're not stretched too thin, and they wanted a backyard, schools nearby, and the long-term benefits of equity. For them, buying made sense. Okay, Rick, you've made good points on both sides. So what should I do, rent or buy in 2025? And I'm not going to like this answer, but as with most things in life, it depends. It's not just about the numbers. To help you think through it, though, here are a few questions that you can ask yourself. Do I have a stable income? If your job is uncertain, renting gives you freedom. How long will you stay in the same city? If it's under 5 years, renting might be better. Buying has big upfront costs you might not recover. Could you afford more than a mortgage? Ownership includes surprise repairs, property taxes, and closing costs. Is renting actually cheaper where you live? In many cities, it still is. And if you invest the difference wisely, like I showed you before, you're not falling behind. Owning a home doesn't automatically make you rich. Managing your money well does. I know that emotionally, owning a home feels like success. It's what our parents chased, but times have changed. $1 million home isn't always $1 million lifestyle. For millennials in Canada today, renting can mean less stress, more flexibility, and more room to grow your wealth your way. And if you're still dreaming of buying, great. Just give yourself time. Build that down payment, improve your credit, understand your numbers. Buying should feel like a step forward, not a financial trap. So here's what I want you to take away from this video. Don't let anyone shame you for renting. Don't let FOMO push you into buying. And most importantly, don't compare your path to anyone else's. Run your own numbers, understand your life stage, and make the choice that fits you best. To help take control of your finances, consider picking up my book, Rich Life Rising, on Amazon.ca.